Welcome everybody to Big O Tournament Day 3. We are elbow deep in the action. This is going to be the final WFTDA sanction game here on Track 1, where we see Terminal City Roller Girls versus the Boston Derby Dames.
That's right. And so skating for Boston today, 101, Annie Rexia, 103, Emily Pawlowski, 1111, Maya Mangleyu, 1634, Stephen Nixer, 1929, Amy Rock, and 1978, Space Invader, 1987, Shark Week, 25, Rainbow Crash, 43, Ginger Kid, 5, Sweet Enemy, 8, Aubrey Planets, 859, Shayna Nestor, 99 M, Womanimal, and K1N6 Flying King, my personal favorite.
All right, for the Terminal City Roller Girls in red, it is going to be 101, Red Sonia, 110, Tech On Me, 1111, Sundown, 121, Jackson, 1223, Kim Jana, 16, Palmer, 31, Eve Hollows, 44, Lulu Demon, 47, Scarlet Bloodbath, 51M, Simonius Maximus, 51, Aveda Perone, 69, Flower Plower, 88 is Maiden Sane, and MG42 Griffith.
Well, this should be a great matchup. Both these teams kind of closely ranked. Terminal City was coming in at ranked number 18. Boston right now ranked as 24. Both these teams right now battling for position. They've had a pretty decent weekend.
Yeah, this is a rematch from last year's ECDX extravaganza, where Terminal City was victorious, going 269 to Boston's 160. Just under 30 seconds to go before we have the first whistle here.
These girls are already out on the track. They're ready to get this game going. They've been waiting for this last game all day, and the time is now.
Remember to stay tuned. After this, we are going to have the main event for this evening. All the MVPs voted for this year's Big O go against every single member of Team USA that is in the house.
That's going to be one heck of a game. There's going to be a lot of quality skaters on one track. That is a half an hour game, so don't think, or excuse me, a full hour game. And so you definitely want to get in on that action to see all the great stuff happening. This game is on, and just like that, Maya Mangleyu is out and lead jam.
Right behind her, though, sprinting away, 52 of Veda Perone.
And they are out on the track. There's a little bit of a person getting picked off. That's the goat in the back. Mangleyu runs up, and she does get, in fact, 1 point from that goat.
Calling off the jam from the belly flop. Like to thank Blaze Streaming Media, who's been doing an excellent job this weekend, bringing the action from the pavilion to your living room and or phone.
Right now in the back in white for Boston, that is Space Invader.
And she's going up again. If you don't know, our announce position is directly in front of the top apex, so we may not be able to see the numbers right in time, but that is 12:23. Kim Janet, who is jamming for Terminal City. Space Invader gets out, gets lead jammer, second lead jammer in a row for Boston.
A lot of hitting going on. There is a back block on Jaina. She's going to be heading to the penalty box to serve the next 30 seconds, giving up a power jam to Space Invader, who just picked up a grand slam of 5 points.
Heavy hits all around. If you want to see this game again, you can either go to the WFTDA archives or World Star. Now Space Invader coming around, almost untouched on that one, pick up another 5 points.
Now I like what's happening right here. Boston is up front. That's where they've got their defense set, and they're basically kind of picking off and squeezing the pack together, making it so there's only one blocker out there to try and get Space Invader.
Oh, and speaking of one blocker, Space Invader got rocked there at turn 4, but bounces right back up, scoring another 5. Power jam is coming to an end. Space Invader trying to juke around, muscle way through again. Get another 5. Now Kim Jenna, I believe, still on an initial pass.
Jenna right now really pumping her heels. She is trying to get through. One last final hit by 1987 Shark Week, but Jenna's out.
Number 47, there's Scarlet Bloodbath with a big ol' hit. We just said the names of the two skaters who are going to the MVP bout after this. That will be Scarlet Bloodbath for Terminal City and Shark Week representing the Boston Massacre.
And in the back, I believe that is Flying King with the face mask on, serving Boston as their jammer. And the other jammer is so low in stealth, I cannot see her yet.
That is 88, Maiden Sane.
All right.
I'm cheating by looking at the screen.
Oh, I see. And this jam is on. Both these jammers locked in there. Excellent defense being locked down by Boston. But they can't do nothing. She is out and off to the races. That is Maiden Sane.
And it's also the first lead jam for Terminal City this game. Maiden Sane now hitting the back of the pack hard, getting sent out, calling off the jammer right before the Flying King can get in.
Sundown went down in corner number 1 right here in the apex. She's getting off the track mighty slow. I'm not liking what I'm seeing, the way she's moving. She is not picking up her leg. Well, I'm hoping up from up here she is okay.
But you do have to give it up for the heart she had. She crawled out of bounds. She did not want that jam to end, knowing that her jammer is going to get scoring position first.
Yeah.
So as of right now, Boston 26, Terminal City 3 points. The captain of Boston, Womanimal, coming out, getting lead jammer.
And Techonomy, she is in the back. TK getting bounced around. She takes a knee, spins, and is off. Still got a half a lap to go to get back into this pack.
Boston Massacre with a 4-3 pack advantage. Womanimal jukes around, gets knocked out of bounds, calls it off.
And that was a great hit by Scarlet Bloodbath. She did not want that jammer getting past her, and I believe she did get a couple points off of that. Terminal right now off to a slow start. They only got 3 digits on the board, and Boston's up 25.
Yeah, pretty much the polar opposite of every number we said at the beginning of this, with Terminal City ranked higher and coming off a win from last year.
Can't believe the stats. And not to mention, this is not unsurmountable. I mean, this is just the beginning of the game, a little bit of a power jam. These jammers are ready to go.
So 3-3 pack as Maya Mangaloo gets through number 1111.
And that's 52. She made her way out. Evita Perron, or Evita Perron.
Maya Mangaloo hitting the pack there at the bottom of the straightaway, trying to call it off. Refs didn't see it until after Evita Perron came through.
And if the ref don't see it, it don't matter. Evita Perron does a nice little hop, skip, and a jump on the top of that apex. And that's points on the board, and that's what they needed.
Well, the Boston coaches got up, started yelling, but I do not see the signal for an official review.
Yeah,
so we're
I think he's just going to suck it up and hold on to that official review. It's only 25 minutes into this game. You do not want to burn that now. It might come down to really needing that review a little bit later here. Space Invader, nope, my apologies, not Space Invader on the line. Another Boston player who is right now fighting her way in a great wall being set down by Terminal.
Number 5, Sweet Enemy jamming for Boston, and 12-23. Kim Jana gets lead jammer for Terminal City.
It is right now a foot race to the back of the pack. Boston is back there. A little bit of coming. Beautiful set of plans. And this jam comes to an end after picking up 4 points.
I saw someone being signaled for a track. It looks like it was a Terminal City blocker.
Probably direction of play. They swooped, I should say, back and pinched them on both sides and opened up a lane on that inside. Easy score.
Jam ref now signaling that Boston did pick up 2 points before the whistle blew. 4-3 pack advantage, Boston.
Flying King on the line. She's yelling orders as she's run past her line.
But it is Maiden Sane getting low, digging in deep to sprint through the pack to pick up lead jammer.
Maiden Sane is all the way back around. Flying King still stuck in the back of that pack. There's a great wall being set down there, and recycling is keeping her in.
So Maiden Sane is out of the pack, but so is
Flying King.
King. Oh, I got that backwards. Hey.
Yep. Flying King was making her way back around. 3 points picked up by Maiden Sane, and that will drive you nuts. Terminal City climbing right back in this game. Boston sitting right now at 33. They have, I must have heard us talking bad about them because Terminal City has turned on the heat.
110 Techonomy jamming for Terminal City.
And that is Space Invaders. You can tell by the glasses. She's down in there. She's going to the outside on her toe stops. One skater left to beat.
Good job at the Terminal City blockers for getting around, knocking Space Invader to the ground, but she's got an extra life, gets back up, plows on through lead jammer.
In the back to EK, still stuck back there. She's really trying to fight her way out. Finally finds a hole, but in the back is already Space Invaders.
Space Invader playing a little bit of Red Rover, busting through that Terminal City wall, putting up some more points, holding the girls from Vancouver scoreless.
Like there was a star pass there. Like I believe that was Scar got that. Scarlet Bloodbath, I believe, was one who received that. That was quickly done. Hard to catch that in the middle of that pack.
A little too stealthy for me.
Yeah, ninja-like.
Five on five on the track.
Out front. First time jamming, that is Perron. She bait her way through.
11-11 Mile Mangayu trying to get through that front Terminal City wall, but she is just getting shut down left and right.
Perron trying all sides of that line right now, trying to find a hole to break through. Finally, she gets a little tiny hole and runs her way through, picking up 4 quick and easy points. And that's a good call off. You are not going to catch the jammer in front. You just need to call that off, restart, and take the points and accept it.
Boston with another pack advantage, 4 on 3.
That's going to be Wilm Animal on the line for Boston.
I'll just keep it running total.
Up against, who's that? Move, ref.
When Amanda will run it to the outside, she does get hit by that wall by Terminal.
12-23 Kim Jana, who gets sent to the inside and goes all the way back around. Well, Manimal absorbs a hit. Oh, but she gave a forearm, so it's going to be lead jammer because the star was passed to 47, Scarlet Bloodbath, which means no one's available to become lead jammer here. We're going to have a 2-minute shootout.
Yes, we are. And there, Lulu Demon picked up a multiplayer penalty. That's going to leave only 2 blockers out on the track for Terminal. Until that just happened, Maximus managed to get back out. Oh my goodness, she got leveled. And that was a vicious, huge hit.
Scarlet Bloodbath coming back around, getting escorted out courtesy of 1929 Amy Rock. But still gets through after getting a no pass, no penalty, so only 4 points now. Won't Animal coming out of the penalty box.
Pack's really slow over there in turn number 3.
Terminal City scoring points. Boston still trying to make the initial escape.
Terminal City getting pushed out on the outside. Rock taking a fall there, and the jammer's got to go way back again.
Yeah, Scarlet Bloodbath very smartly being cautious, making sure not to get the track cut. It looked like it could have been a no pass, no penalty to me. But thinking, I don't play.
Well, Manimal got knocked out of bounds. She only had to go back just a little way. He managed to jump right back in. She's very good about that, stopping on a dime and getting right back in on that track.
Another scramble on the backstretch as Terminal City scores 4 points, and that is finally an initial pass being made by Willem Animal. Remember, no lead jammer. We're going until the 2-minute clock expires. Which it does right there. So at the tail end of that jam, 1 point Terminal City, 0 for Boston. We have a 1-point game, 37 Boston, 36 Terminal City.
Yeah, Terminal City was definitely making a great comeback to get back into this game. I didn't think they were going to just sit back and let Boston run away with this.
4-3 pack advantage for Boston.
Flying King up around the outside. They're going to bridge it out just a little bit, and she's your lead jammer.
Made insane high stepping around the turn two, gets through as well.
Like that. She took a jump in the air, got the hit, landed it perfectly, and is off to the races. Flying King backwards around that blocker. That should be 3 points, and it is on the board for Boston. Charm School reject, A2D2 loves you.
Another 4-3 pack advantage for Boston.
Mama Pickle, A2D2 loves you too. Lots of love from A2D2.
Space Invaders jamming for Boston.
Space Invader right now just trying to move slowly. Oh, and she found a quick hole. It closed up on her though.
But speaking of quick, Taxonomy is out of the pack at the top. Apex zooming around.
Space Invaders got knocked out of bounds. 33 though went with her, so she was free to go. TK back around. She hits the back of that pack hard, calls it off as Space Invaders closed in fast. That's that sound of it.
Drop down, reverse direction, increase speed.
More love coming from A2D2, big banger of Nashville. A2D2 loves you too.
Derby shoutouts.
I know.
Team timeouts. And Notorious RED is a sponsor of the Big O. The Notorious Gear Deodorant by Notorious RED. Smell clean even if you play dirty. Pick some up at notoriousred.com.
You know what? I'm going to have to pick up some of that on the way down here. You've seen it's all sunny and nice outside. I left my derby gear in the car. And when I got in the car last night, let's just say I thought of this commercial. The odor emanating from my interior was not pleasant.
You're welcome for that information, Internet. Thank you, Tara Arma, for making that possible. 4-2 pack advantage for Boston. Penalty box emptying out Maya Mangaloo.
Yeah, she came in hot. Perron also very hot. And it looks like a cut is taking Maya Mangaloo off the track.
So Aveda Perron just evades Amy Rock to get out, getting lead jammer.
Here comes some O. Here comes Perron. And she is free, picking up 5 easy points.
And that means Terminal City has the lead now, 44-40. Aveda Perron coming around. Oh, jumps the apex, cannot stick the landing, has to crawl outside, recycle back around her 3-wall.
Griffith comes up, she just gets leveled.
Rainmaker!
Shark Week having no part of anything out there. Perron comes up against Shark Week. Shark Week staying in front of her, takes her out in the straightaway. A high block. I was expecting maybe a reverse direction, but no such luck.
Aveda Perron dances around the pack, seeing that the Boston Jammers coming in for a scoring pass, so she calls it off, picks up 5 more. It is now a 9-point advantage for Terminal City, 49-40.
And right now, Terminal City with all the players on the track. 2 blockers right now sitting in the bench, sitting in the penalty box bench, I should say, for Boston. And that's going to make it tough with just Ginger Kid and I believe Red Sonja out on the line.
Yeah, Flying King is jamming for Boston way in the back, and up in front is number 1-2-2-3, Kim Jenna picking up lead jammer.
Here comes the O, and oh my goodness, they are pounding away. Flying King made her way to freedom, but not before Jana gets out and calls it off. Left Turn Clothing. Let me say that one more time. Been a long weekend. Left Turn Clothing, uniforms that move you. That's Left Turn Clothing.
Left Turn Cloning, doppelgangers that move you.
In case you need a ride, LTD. That's the transport company down here. Best way to connect. That's LTD.
Maiden Sane jamming for Terminal City up against Space Invader. No, she's not, because Space Invader threw a Lex Luger forearm and is going to the penalty box right behind one of her blockers.
Maiden Sane, she's out. She's your lead, and she's the only jammer on the track. And she called it off after picking up 4 points? 5 points. There's the thumb. That is 4 jams in a row for Boston that they have not scored.
So we're going to start off with the Terminal City Power Jam and every single lady from Vancouver on the track.
Three blockers out there. They got a jammer and a blocker in for Boston in the penalty box. Perron with a hard hit, multiplayer block being called on Planets. She's headed off. Oh, and a back block. And that's going up against Terminal. So there's going to be a change of the guard, and Space Invaders should be released. Space Invaders comes in hard. She gives a nice little love tap with her side. She's going to try and pound her way through.
Just getting all up in some Terminal City grills, but knocked to the inside by Scarlet Bloodbath. Space Invader doing some great lateral motion, going port to starboard, trying to see some daylight, but cannot get past that solid steel terminal wall.
Oh, man, she comes in hot. That is number 52, Perron. She skated right through the middle of that. I think she caught him all by surprise.
Yeah, remember, she is not eligible to become lead jammer. I do believe that Space Invader still can.
It don't matter. She is on a frenzy right now. That's another 4 points put up on the board for Terminal.
Yeah, Space Invader is still working on that initial pass, but sees all kinds of Terminal City loops right around him.
And another penalty for Perron, and she was doing so good.
That
forearm penalty.
We're going to have 35 more seconds of this jam. Space Invader hitting the pack. Hunkering down a little bit, and she gets through, and she gets 4. Here she comes again, looking at a 2-wall. Boston doing a great job of trapping that blocker who came out of the penalty box. Looks like no pass, no penalty, so
there you go.
Stevie
Boston.
Nixer is now the active scorer.
She's got 5 points also on the board for herself. All this power jams. Oh, the whistle was a blowing, and I don't think anybody seemed to care on Terminal because there was a humongous hit up at the top of the apex across away from us.
Yeah,
I think that's Flower. Unless I'm seeing that wrong.
I guess they get another whistle in the exchange rate.
That's the first points for Boston in the last 5 jams, so it's good they finally got their feet back underneath of them.
Veda Perron sneaking out of nowhere to pick up the lead jammer. 99 and M Womanimal jamming for Boston. Behind her by about a quarter of a lap. Of Veda Perron hits the pack, calls it off.
Yeah, she was trying to sneak around the outside, but got bumped out of bounds. She was out of bounds before she passed anybody's hips, so there's a big goose egg on the floor for Terminal.
Terminal still has that lead, though, 62-54. Just under 10 minutes to go in the first period.
It's only 8 points, though. You know, in the game of Derby, all you need is a good power jam, and you can decimate that real quick.
All right, we're under 10 minutes left in the first half. Terminal City with 16 points.
And with a 4-2 pack advantage, we are taking an official timeout, or as the great Dr. Jenny Fever would say, the NSO Gun Show.
You know, I love that saying. I've heard it so many times this weekend. It's fantastic.
That's because I rip off Dr. Jenny Fever a lot. That's a great line.
It's awesome. You can't complain about that.
I told her she can start saying solid steel whenever she wants.
Well, Boston struggled here in the last, 5-6 jams. They finally got some points put on the board for them. Only 5 points, though, and I think in the last 6. So it's a good time for them to get that little break. They can talk over there on the bench, make sure they get all their ducks in a row before they get back out here.
Are you saying that because we're in Eugene?
Punny, man.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. Jokes. All right, 4-2 pack advantage in favor of Boston.
2-all out there for Terminal City. They cannot stop the King. She is running her way around, and that is that.
Kim Jenna also gets out of the pack. She is coming around. King with the Matrix move, trying to keep her toe stops inside, but forced to call it off.
You know, I think that's better than a Matrix move, especially when they're on toe stops. It just looks cooler.
Yeah, that movie's like 16 years old now. We really need a new metaphor.
You're making me feel old now. Maiden Sane, she's on the line in red for Terminal.
Against
somebody hiding.
Someone whose number I can't see. 11-11 of Maya Mangaloo.
Yeah.
Maiden Sane just drops their shoulder down and drives through like a defensive tackle to get that lead jammer.
Magdalou on the outside. She's still trying to fight against that red wall.
Maiden Sane there, just took a little bit of a ride hopping up against Rainbow Crash for that scoring pass.
Nice tight wall on top of that apex. They are not letting Magdalou go any well. I say that, and she just bullies her way out of it.
She bullies her way to the penalty box.
Yep, she got a forearm then in order to do it, so no bonus for them. Terminal City, the only players on the track with a jammer.
Who just scored 5 points, coming back around to do it again, but collides with Rainbow Crash. Forced to go all the way back inside. Now, once again, trying to go in the inside line.
Stevie Nixer, she was right there waiting for her.
Jam called off. Maiden Sane knew that she didn't have any more time left before that power jam was going to end.
Boston was doing a really good job creeping back in this, and now we got a 19-point game separating these two. That's what a power jam can do. Can't score any points if your jammer's in the penalty box.
Hush your mouth. What?
That's going to be Perron back out on the line one more time for Terminal.
4-on-4 in the pack in front of Rivera. Perron gets a nice block there from Scarlet. Bloodbath, a good screen to help her get out and get lead jammer. Maya Mangaloo coming out of the penalty box on the inside of turn 2, escaping as well.
That was great offense just from her skaters. They just enveloped that red team, knocked them out of play, and made it happen.
Maya Mangaloo gets through, puts 4, and calls it off.
Well-timed call-off as there's 0 points going up for Boston. Right now we're looking at 80-57, 6.5 minutes left in this game, or in this half. Lord almighty, if I can get the words out of my mouth.
It's been a long tournament. This is day 3, the very last sanctioned game. I'm going to need to be carried back to the hotel room, cradled in someone's arms like a fussy baby. After the MVP Team USA game, of course.
Yes, of course.
Which I'm going to watch as a screaming, heckling fan.
This jam is on. Both these skaters trying to muscle their way through. Nice defense and recycling by both sides of the squad here.
Kim Jana going out for a forearm call, so Womanimal is the only scorer on the track. She's trying to get past through, and excellent screen there from Shark Week. There's a reason you're going to see her in the MVP game.
Good heads-up play was perfectly timed, but she hit the right player to get her jammer free.
Womanimal coming around, and Terminal City is off to the races. Boston trying to hang back a little bit.
I like what they did there. They ran, and Terminal started to run, and then they stopped. There was a penalty because technically she broke the pack, but it allowed for a good opportunity to score some points.
That was 4 points to be precise for Boston, and a little conference on the inside. Team timeout being called by Boston.
Phil Dirt's on his way down to the track. He's going to go find out for us, believe it or not, what the heck is going on and what they're talking about.
If you want to talk about what's going on, remember to check out the live tweets here at ECRG or at ECRG_the Big O, and you can use the hashtag Big O 2015 to tell us what you think about what's going on.
Blood and Thunder. Life is better on roller skates. Go to bloodandthundermag.com. And there's Boston over there once again, praying to the lobster gods. This right here is another good opportunity for Boston. I see they're all rallying the troops over there.
Mm-hmm.
They're 19 points down. They got 5 minutes in this half to try and come up with some good answers to what Terminal's been dishing out.
Compared to the 109-point loss from last year, Boston's doing a great job of hanging in. You know there's some fire in their bellies.
What they were trying to do is overturn the failure to reform, because it was, in fact, Terminal that was trying to skate away, and the ref said, no, we're going to stick with that call. It's going to happen. Deal with it.
All right, it's still going to be a power jam for the Boston Massacre.
Flying King on the line. She is trying to get past that one player in the back. They had some great work up front offensively. But that one player in the back, that's Eve Hollows, just really rocking her world and not letting her go anywhere.
Just a one-woman wall all over Flying King like stink on a wrist guard.
And you know what it just did? It killed that penalty. They had an advantage, and they just killed the penalty.
Ooh, and number 43, Ginger Kid, almost killed a Veda Perot, Kinjena.
It was a low block call on Ginger Kid. She's going to the penalty box to serve her for infraction. Jana, though, she's out first, and she's your lead jammer.
Whole mess of blockers are going to the penalty box. We have a 3-on-2 pack advantage for Terminal City.
They must be serving drinks over there in the penalty box because everyone seems to want to go all of a sudden. This jam is called to an end by Jana.
The Terminal City racking up the points, 84. Boston, 61. 4 minutes to go in the first period. Still a 3-2 blocker advantage.
Yeah, and right now there's 4 for Terminal. They have 4 more lead jams than Boston does. Power jams, on the other hand, are tied.
Huge collision there in turn 2. That allows 11-11 Maya Manjulu to get out on the outside to pick up the lead jammer.
Shark, we get a big bite out of Sane, and Sane is out. And, well, she was out for a second. She's back on the track, and she is finally out of the pack.
Maya Manjulu just forcing her way through that pack, leaving a trail of bodies in her wake, gets knocked down as well, calls off the jam, picks up 5.
Looks like a low block being called on the person that she tripped over, I believe. Yes, it is. There's going to be 2 blockers from Terminal starting this next jam, sitting in the penalty box. Scarlet Bloodbath and Eve Hollows, those are going to be your blockers out there. Not a bad pair of blockers to be out there in this type of situation.
Official review being called. Looks like Phil Dirt's already sprinting towards the referees to see what's going on.
I don't know if that's what Phil Dirt does.
He sprints deftly with great aplomb and verve and other vocabulary words. Hustle.
I thought you were for a second going to go into the Mario theme. There it goes, Phil Dirt. He's out there.
Trying to find the reason we're in a review.
Right now, there's an 18-point difference. Boston and Terminal have been matching each other's points.
They say there's a forearm.
Yep.
on one of the skaters. I don't know who yet.
Thank you everyone that's put in their time. Donated their
All right. And while they're doing this, there's a dance party on the pivot line.
Thank you so much.
Space
They still
Invader's
have a
gonna-
pivot line?
They do. So you know the story about the pivot line, right?
I do not. Please tell me the story about the pivot line.
Once upon a time, the earth cooled, and the Derby gods said, "We shall have a pivot line, and that is where you shall start." And then the evils in the world changed things, and then they go back to the jammer line and block from there. Kids at home, this is not how it really works.
And the repentant took a knee, and lo, the jammer was released. But the dark days of 2011 ended. We were in this glorious Big O at 2015. Yay!
Speaking of the glorious Big O, let's give you the story on the glorious Big O real quick. This is one of those fantastic events where, once again, it happens once a year. I have come to most of the Big O's that have been in existence and have loved what I've seen and what it's grown into. We've got the MVP game. We've got 36 different teams coming from all over the place. We've got 25 announcers, 129 officials, and there's 55 games played over this weekend. And if you don't know, that's some of the best Derby action you're going to see out there.
This is my very first Big O, and I am having a blast.
Oh, yeah.
This is probably one of the best times I've ever had participating in roller derby.
You know, when I signed up for it, I saw, ooh, hey, look, they're signing up for the announcers for the Big O. And I was just excited to be coming again. And then when I actually got the list of the teams coming, it just put me off the chart. I couldn't believe I was going to be down here for this many great teams.
Yeah, I'm usually a bank track guy up in Seattle. It is such an honor and privilege to see to be working so many of this high-level WFTDA gameplay.
So it looks like Palmer, I believe there was a forearm that was called on her. Palmer was sent to the penalty box. They are out there debating it, and it now appears that Palmer has been released from the penalty box. So all that nonsense that we were talking about with the Derby gods and so that was the big discussion time that they were having down there, and there was lots of discussion between those officials. So what they're going to do is erase one of those marks off the board, put that nice lady on back to her bench, which is going to give a slight pack advantage of 4-on-3 to Boston instead of 4-on-2.
It looks like when we get going again, Space Invader is going to be jamming up against, who is that, Maya Mangaloo?
No. All right, everyone's ready to play. There we go. The whistle is blown. These teams are off. Space Invaders bouncing around behind those blockers, trying to find a hole to get through. Space Invaders out first. She is your lead jammer.
Techonomy, that's who's jamming. I saw the 1-1. Didn't read any further than that, but Techonomy now getting just squished by that front three wall as Space Invader gets through and picks up 5.
Yeah, she did a great job there. Rock really just destroying people and blowing them out there. All the blockers doing a fine job keeping TK in that pack. They've gone 3/4 of the way around, and she's still stuck there. Space Invader works her way around, and she picks up a forearm.
So Techonomy now with a power jam. She has yet to escape the pack, and as soon as we say that, that is usually the jinx. No, she is knocked out. Gets right around as Rainbow Crash was adjusting some gear.
Forearm being called on Planets. She's headed to the penalty box. Techonomy getting knocked out of bounds. All the Boston players want to run back and play.
Yeah, thanks to that Boston defense, Techonomy spending more time on the sport court than she is on her skates.
Rock just destroying Techonomy back there. Oh, and there's a pile up in turn number 2. Call the janitor.
Space Invader going out, going and seeing a whole lot of Terminal City. This is just a jam of carnage.
Yeah, there's players literally split out halfway across the track. Like every 10 feet, there was another player. Finally, there's a cap pass. That's going to be number 47, Scarlet Bloodbath with the star.
And 4 more points for Space Invader of the Boston Massacre.
That's your third star pass.
It's the third time she had to pass that star. Space Invaders got out. And as you see, Boston right there really capitalizing on that last jam. That's exactly the kind of thing they needed as this clock is ticking down in this half.
Thanks to that star pass, Scarlet Bloodbath did get 2 points at the tail end of that jam. That's Flying King jamming for Boston.
She's going to the outside, trying to find a hole. Oh, Perron almost made it through. She went down hard, got up, and they gave her lead jam. And she did get the cut. Okay, the outside ref did call it correctly. I was wondering about that. On the other hand, Flying King juked her way right on around everybody, and she is off to the races. Great opportunity for Boston right now.
Pack is just stopped dead in its tracks there at turn 2. Flying King trying to mash her way past the Terminal City All-Stars.
Flying King was all part of that waterfall, and she ended up out of bounds and on the deck. Well, Pack is in the back. Flying King goes around the front. Technically.
Grumble.
Yeah. There you go. There's the out-of-play call. Flying King is free after picking up 5 points.
Also free is a Veda Prone who is just hunkering down, speed skating, trying to catch up.
I think she snuck in there. I don't think they knew she was coming. They know she's coming this time, though. They shut her down and are abusing her right now.
Don't cry for me, Boston.
Perron once again jumps in the back of that. She is just bouncing around and finally fights her way to freedom.
Scores 4 points for that fight.
Out of play being called in the front. Flying King is free, 4 more points.
So as the jam timer comes down, this will be the last jam of the half. Veda Perron scores 4. Flying King gets, no, she does not get any as that 4th whistle blows. So as it stands now, 5-point game. Terminal City 94, Boston Massacre 89.
This is exciting. This is the kind of game we were looking for going into, that I was looking for going into the beginning of this game. Terminal City right now kind of just eking it out here and holding on at the end of this first half. And Boston really doing a number on them to get back into this game.
Yeah, this is exciting. This is exactly what I want to see here at the Big O. Remember, stay tuned. Next up on track 1 after the second period will be the Team USA skaters versus all the tournament MVPs.
Yep.
So,
don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back in 9.
Welcome back to the Terminal City Roller Girls versus Boston Derby Dames. Second period here at the Big O tournament. My name is Murray Grandale alongside the King. If he's not blowing out your monitors with that sparkly jacket.
Yeah, if you're sitting at
jealous
home watching me on Blaze Streaming Media, put your sunglasses on because I don't want to be any cause of any eye pain you might get. So right there in the first half, what we saw was lead jam go to Terminal City 13 times, to Boston 10 times. They were even with 5-on-5 in power jams. Let me see, it was Perron who got 34 points. And who was that against? Space Invader. She got 54 points. 10 times there was no score put up by Terminal City. 11 times there was no score put up by Boston. And really what this has been is a streaky game. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. He who gets the last streak is going to be probably walking off with the win on this one.
Phrasing.
Go figure.
So right now, Terminal City 94, Boston Massacre 89. 40 seconds to go before we blow the whistle. Starting off the second period here. Thank you, Phil Dirt, for those wonderful stats, by the way.
Yes. Phil Dirt, the man in command. He is a fantastic guy to sit next to. And he's really organized us quite well this weekend. I gotta hand it down to him. He's done a great job. All that and good looks, too. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just go with all that.
All right, 4 on, 4 in the blocker area. And I don't see anyone sitting on the $10. Oh, there I go. I see both jammers on the track now. Veda Perone jamming for Terminal City.
And I believe that'd be Flying King. No, that's Mangaliu. Mangaliu out front right now. She's now engaging the red wall, trying to force her way through, and she does right around the outside. She's your lead jammer.
Veda Perone had to go so far back around the track, I think she lost the time zone. Now being sent outside from Rockmaya Mangaliu on a scoring pass. Goes on the inside, gets through for 5.
Great move by Mangaliu. She really just, it was a kind of a line drill there. She just ran around everybody, got through on that inside line to pick up that 5.
Rainmaker there by Rock as she set Maya Mangaliu down to the inside, or just me, Veda Perone. Maya Mangaliu going around with 5. I swear I'm going to get some coffee and get the teams right.
Boston right now on fire coming out from halftime. They did not like the fact I think they were down, and they are coming out firing on all cylinders.
Veda Perone now sprinting hard, getting away through the pack. That was a scoring pass, so 4 points for Terminal City, 3 points for Boston. That last
I think that was a late call off. They were calling it, but finally I don't think she heard it until Perone actually ran through, picked up a couple of points of her own.
The Boston now has secured the lead 102-98. Referees doubling down on that 3 points for Terminal City.
Everybody's lining up on the pivot line. Everybody's standing on the pivot line. Jammers kind of hanging out. Flying King getting bumped out on the turn number 1.
Kim Gianna getting taken down to the infield. Ooh, Flying King going all the way back around. And it's Kim Gianna near the front, juking around 16:30 for Stevie Nixer to get lead jammer for Terminal City.
Shark Week picking up a penalty. She's going to be spending the next 30 seconds of her life sitting in that penalty box. Flying King on her way, but got a lot of track to make up.
Kim Gianna just thrusting her hips in the direction of gameplay, trying to pick up all the points she can, and that's going to be 3 points.
Yep, so it's a 1-point game. Terminal right now down by a point to Boston. Still a lot of game, though, left in this, and I have a feeling that's the way it's going to be.
First time jammer on the line for Boston, number 5, Sweet Enemy.
That is going to be number 5. Oh, Sweet Enemy. Thought you were talking about Terminal. Look at me go. Both these jammers
I actually
moving.
said a jammer's name right for once. 88
made sane.
Jinx.
Yep. All right, Sweet up front. She takes a couple hard knocks, shrugs them off, and she's out.
Maiden Sane was able to get through. That baby was done eating, so lead jammer Terminal calling it off after she sees number 5 putting on the afterburners.
And since I'm not on a mic that everybody can hear, it looks like Terminal's put too many players on the dance floor. One of their blockers, the Pivot right now, sitting in the penalty box. Pivot, I don't think, realizes she whipped this. Oh, there we go. She's hollering at her from the penalty box. Took a little bit longer than I think she intended to.
So we have Space Invader jamming for Boston.
Space Invaders really doing a great job pushing this pack out. They've got to let her go as she was out of place. She's your lead jammer.
Techonomy in the back of the pack trying to fight her way through. Sees an opening on the inside. Now gets swallowed back by Shark Week.
Oh, Shark Week picking up a high block, and that's going to make Terminal City have a free jammer.
Yeah, Techonomy a little smaller in stature than most of the girls on the track, so it's easy to get the high block on her. 2 points there. Pick it up by
Space
Boston.
Invaders. Yep, Space Invaders picked it up. She saw the other jammer coming around. She took a glance at her bench. They're all waving it off, so she went ahead and called that jam. It's good heads-up play because they iced them. gives them a 3-point buffer now. The way this game has been going, you want to have that buffer.
Veda Perone on the line up against Maya Mangaliu. 3-3 pack. Make it a 4-3 pack advantage of Terminal.
Perone getting nice in the back, and there's a everybody ran away. Brock and Ginger Kid sitting back there trying to play some D.
Maya Mangaliu just played a little bit of Red Rover getting through that line. Here she comes back around again.
Wow. She used the defensive wall as her advantage and skated around, picking up a Grand Slam 5 points.
Veda Perone now out of the pack. Maya Mangaliu is in scoring position. She is taken outside by Griffith, calling it off after knocking in another point.
Boston really coming out hot. They are playing a great game right now. I think in the halftime, they slowed it all down. They talked about what they wanted to do. They figured out their game plan and what they were doing wrong, and you're seeing it right here on the board. So far, Terminal City, they haven't scored a thing in this half. Excuse me, in the last 3 jams.
Big old physical mass of humanity there coming around turn 1. Kim Jenna
Wolf
jamming for Terminal City.
One Animal stuck in the back. She is getting just beaten up by that Terminal City wall.
And Kim Jenna is out and around looking to score points, directing traffic to her red wall.
Jenna doing a nice job. I think she heard me talking about them not scoring points. She didn't pick up any points. Huh.
But still hustled.
Yeah, I thought from that hustle. Granted, it was all the way across the track. It's the other side of the building from where I'm sitting. She did a really nice job trying to negotiate those people while she was slapping her hips. So it probably was a very good call by the refs because she passed them as she was calling it.
88 Maiden Satan jamming for Terminal.
I believe that's Flying King also back there. Both these jammers are stuck in the back of that pack. Rock trying to do some nice offensive work. She picked one off, but Flying King still stuck and being drugged back to where she started.
Maiden Sane had some fancy footwork, bringing up the high knees to go out and in and through, and now is in a scoring pass. Once again, hugging that inside line.
Oh, Maiden Sane. Maiden Sane just picked up a cut. That is another great opportunity with King all out there by herself. This is going a full 2 minutes.
Flanking now her first scoring pass, hitting that 3-wall up front. Boston does have the goat trapped.
Yeah, they do. And unfortunately, Flying King is really not pushing that pack out very far. Oh, and a gigantic hit.
That was Palmer rocking Flying King.
Yeah, well, finally she got him pushed out far enough. She picks up her 5 points, and they got to let her go.
All right, Maiden Sane is out in the penalty box, taking the big trip to the back of the pack. Flying King now scoring pass number 2.
Wow.
Takes the hits and gets through. Both jammers out. Both jammers picking up 5.
Maiden Sane right on the tail of King. There's the hit. Oh, she came in mighty hot, knocks one of the players down. She gets through, picks up her points. King is not moving quite as fast as she was a few minutes ago.
Yeah, the Maiden Sane just rocking it out from in between all of the Boston's lines. I think I heard pop like a cork as she scored them points.
Rock's got her this time, takes her out of bounds. Maiden Sane don't want no more part of that. She's going to run into the inside and have to fight somebody else to get through.
Oh, she can't stick the landing thanks to that hit from Rainbow Crush. Jam is called off. 5 more for Terminal, 3 more for Boston.
Remarkably, she just picked up 5 more points on that jam.
All right, points have stopped rolling in, so it's 123 Boston Massacre, 115 Terminal City All-Stars.
Boston still holding on by their fingertips to that lead of 8 points right now.
They're putting their big gun on the line, 1978 Space Invader up against 52 of Veda Perone of Terminal City. Nobody sitting in the penalty box at the moment, which means I'm going to jinx it.
Oh, and a penalty on Boston. Space Invaders heading to the penalty box for the high block.
I called it.
Yep.
Aveda Pro now hitting the back of the pack hard, going in, spinning around, right back up again. Now trying to muscle through. Oh, great there from Terminal City blockers.
Shark Week tackled Barone. She's going to the penalty box for that one. I think they're going to call it a low block, but I think you could have called about 3 things right there.
Aveda Pro getting hit there by 101 Anna.
Yeah, Anna, that was a great hit. She spun her like a top, got herself out of the goat position in the process.
So that's 5 more points for Terminal City, who have retaken the lead.
Space Invader served her time. She's back on the track. She's eking around everybody, doing a nice little tomahawk spin.
Aveda Perone is on fire.
Space
Getting
Invaders,
5 more.
though. Yeah, she was right on top of her. Oh, is there, you really,
The crowd here at the Big O not liking that call.
I'm gonna
gonna
talk about the next jam.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a power jam. Space Invaders picking up another penalty there, and she's headed to the penalty box.
And timeout being called by Boston. That might be turned into an official review.
Yeah, Terminal City with that, they had a lead change. They're up 130-123. So the worm has turned. Now the 7-point lead going for Terminal City.
Thanks largely to Recycle, aka Carolyn Stein, the Big O is a certified environmentally and social responsible event. Yay for us.
All right, in that last jam, I want to say Perone, she picked up 15 points? 15 points in that last jam. That was a hefty little jam there for Terminal City. They really needed something like that to get themselves back into this game.
Boston fielding a jammer. Looks like that penalty has been overturned. It's still going to be a 3-3 pack.
Mm-hmm. And here they come. Nice quick start. Ginger Kid, though, just wallops that jammer, putting Terminal City's jammer back on her booty.
The Maiden Sane is a scrappy, scrappy lady. She gets right on through the pack, getting another lead jammer for Terminal City. Maya Mangaloo getting stopped by that front line of red.
Maiden Sane so incredibly fast. She jumps out there, and Ginger Kid is the instigator of that knock out of bounds.
Shark Week knocked out Maiden Sane. Took a wallop there from Palmer, if I may steal your word.
No, you more than welcome to. Mangaloo is out. No point score for her.
But 5 more points for Terminal City. That extends their lead to 12, 135, 123. 18 and a half minutes to go in the game. Remember last time these two teams faced each other, it was a 100-point blowout with Terminal City coming ahead at the ECDX tournament. That's not going to happen this time.
Not right now, it ain't. Jana on the line. My apologies. Jana on the line.
Internet outrage.
Yep. And she is right now getting stuffed behind a wall of white shirts. But then again, up front, the red wall is doing the same thing to Womb Animal.
Animal steps outside, goes back around, collides with Kim Jana. Both jammers up. Oh, and Kim Jana is out for a track cut.
Womb Animal right now in a power jam situation. Here comes a little bit of O.
Remember, Boston has yet to escape the pack. So that is going to be the initial pass coming up as the pack gets extended out.
Flower Power was caught in the back. That was the GOAT. Womb Animal's your lead jammer and the only jammer right now on this track.
Boston trying to break up that front four wall of Terminal City. At least they were. Now they're hanging back One animal to extend the pack out again. She gets past Flower to pick up 5. A lot of time taken up, though, on those passes as Kim Jenna is back out.
Janik baseball slides into the apex. They're all going to run backwards and make her start back again. Penalty being called out there on the track. Animal manages to make her way through, pick up another 5 points.
Coming out of the pack also is Kim Jenna. That is an initial pass for Terminal City.
I think Jenna was trying to look for the star pass, but her pivot was the one who picked up the penalty. Animal getting a wallop. She got knocked around, knocked out of bounds, picks up 3 points, calls it.
And with a furious roar, Animal lives up to her name and puts Boston in the lead, 136 to 135.
That's the kind of game we got. You know, I love exciting games like this. I like it when there's nice, tight game. You got something to look forward to. When you got those 200-point blowouts, yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're nice. You see lots of good derby. But this is that you don't know what's going to happen at the end.
And there have not really been any big blowouts in the high-level WFTDA play here at the Big O, which is
King out front. They are throwing everything and the kitchen sink at her. She's still stuck.
Aveda Perone finding an opening on the backstretch, gets out, but not lead jammer. Looks like Flying Monkey did get out, got the call for lead, but was swallowed back in the pack.
Flying King.
Guys, yeah. It's been a long weekend. Don't mock me. Everyone makes mistakes.
Flying King, yeah, she actually did get the lead jam, so she had the ability to call it off.
Oh, the internet outrage machine is going to be all over me. Hey, I'll get this name right. It is Maiden Sane lead jammer with Space Invader right behind you. Bam, I'm good at my job.
Space Invader, everybody's waiting in the apex, and here comes the boom. Oh, Maiden Sane made it around.
But, called it.
But there was the boom. That is Pawalski giving a huge kapow. Oh, was that Ginger Kid?
It was Ginger Kid.
I thought it was Pawalski. I think it was Pawalski. And she's going to the penalty, but no, she's not. Oh, I thought she was. The ref wanted to talk to her for a little while about that call or about that hit.
Cruise Skate Shop. Support them. They support us.
They're good people. We like them.
11-11 Maya Mangaloo jamming for Boston. Up against Kim Jenna.
Lots of movement in that line. They're trying to find their way around. A forearm penalty on Jana. She's going to the penalty box, and that's going to give Mangaloo a power jam and being lead jammer.
Right now it is a tie game, 138, more than halfway through this second period. Strong solid steel four-wall up in front by Terminal City. Mangaloo trying to push them out, bridging by Terminal City, and there is a rock there.
Wow.
From
Palmer.
number 16, Palmer.
Palmer just last-ditch effort hit and a swing, and she connected. I like how they stopped right there. They're way out of play. They've got to let her go. That's 5 easy points put up down from Mangaloo.
Kim Jana coming out of the penalty box. Sees a whole lot of Boston there. Goes on the inside. Ooh, a little bit too hard,
Stevie
but gets
Nixter.
right back up.
Yep, Stevie Nixter got a hold of her and dropped her. Kind of liking where this game is going right now.
Kim Jana's initial pass. Maya Mangaloo calls it off as she gets taken to the outside of turn 4. So Boston once again regains the lead, 147-138, 12 and a half minutes to go. 9
points picked up on that for Mangaloo. Boston right now retaking this lead, holding on by a thread.
Everybody's back on the pivot line.
What did I say? It was going to be a game of runs here on out.
It's like Savage Steamboat on wheels.
All right, the whistle is blown. Both these jammers are trying to fight their way through.
Whoa, Manimal getting taken down hard on the front stretch. That allows
Maiden Insane, she is running and free and lead jam.
Whoa, Manimal finds an opening on the inside, escaping the pack. Maiden Insane gets recycled back around.
That's a good call off right there. She got her points, and she didn't want to give any more up to Boston.
All 5 points. That brings it to within 4, and a team timeout being called by Terminal City.
Yeah. It's not a bad timeout at this time.
Yeah, that was their first one of the half.
Right. That's not a bad timeout right there. You've got 11 and a half minutes left in this game. You got a 4-point game. You got a little bit of momentum, but I think they really need to get their team together. Their walls are looking like a little gapped. It's kind of easy for Boston. It's from time to time to get through. They want to tighten it up right now. You've got a short time to get this back together in order to pull this win off. I like to talk about Hit This Derby. It's your locally owned and operated derby store. Shop online at hitthisderbygear.com or the store, which is at 1335 Madison Street, Salem, Oregon. And remember, before you hit the track, hit this.
They really need to do a commercial to the tune of Top That from Teen Witch. Hit this. Hit this. You don't get about this.
Okay. One step beyond. All right, this whistle has blown, and we are going.
5-on-5 pack.
No way. No one's in the penalty box.
Totally. I'm serious.
We got the flying King, and she is right now behind this wall of red. That's a good call because that's what they needed to do.
Veda Perone trying to get the jersey whip, but taken down by 103, Emily Pawlowski.
That red ball got about all broken up, but not before.
She recovers, gets out, gets lead jammer.
Yep, she is out and she is free. King still in that pack. 1 foot around the inside and turn number 4. Flying King is finally out.
Speaking of out, so is Veda Perone.
And that's 4 points.
She gets 4.
And look at that score.
147, tie game with just under 11 minutes left. This is why I made the trip down here.
That is exactly it.
And remember, we ain't even done yet. There is still the big Team USA versus Terminal MVP game happening after this at 7:30.
They just, I think, want to make it more exciting than that game. That's what they're trying to shoot for right now. Space Invaders on the line. And there's a Shark Week doing some offense. Space Invaders around the outside. Eve Hollow's last-ditch effort hit. Space Invaders is your lead jammer.
Kim Jana getting taken down hard.
Yeah, she's down on her face. Ginger Kid headed to the penalty box. I'm not sure if that was attributed to that. Jana having a tough time right now.
But she ain't going to quit. She's going to get back on her wheels, still trying to make her initial pass.
This is roller derby. You don't quit in derby. Here comes Shark Week. She's trying to break that up. Eve Hollow's got Space Invaders on the outside.
And now a little bit too much to the inside. Space Invaders going around the pack. Kim Jana passes that star to number 47, Scarlet Bloodbath, who's gotten almost every single star pass from Terminal City this game.
This jam comes to an end. 5 points being picked up. And here we are again, 5 points up. Boston is now in the lead. Jenna's pissed. She's not happy right now. They're going to make her sit down and talk to a EMT.
We wish the best of luck to her. But
oh, yeah.
Back on the track. Boston down 2 blockers, and that's how Maiden Sane's able to get out easy. But
she's your lead jam, but she is not out of that pack yet. That was a great hit by Rock to keep her in there.
The baby was eaten and then thrown back up again. Maiden Sane escapes the pack for a second time.
Womanimal up front. She is trying to fight her way through and getting a waterfall of hits. Hit after hit after hit. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Terminal City giving out more hits than Motown on that as Maiden Sane gets through and picks up 5.
And we got a star pass. I believe that's going to be Ginger Kid quickly moving through that pack, trying to put that star back on her helmet.
Jam is called off by Maiden Sane, picking up 1 single solitary point at the very end of that, extending out.
Another lead change?
Another lead change, because that was 6 points altogether. This time it's Boston with the pack advantage.
Mangleyu out there. Star on her helmet for Boston. I think that's Perron hiding behind her.
I do believe you're right.
Yeah.
Whistle blows and they're off.
Mangleyu gets caught on that line out there. Forearm being called on. Uh-oh. Mangleyu with a forearm call. She is headed to the penalty box. She's looking back and forth like, wait, are you sure that's me?
Boston Massacre blockers just putting a squeeze on of Veda Perron, knocking her for a loop, but she gets right back up and is still trying to fight for that first scoring pass.
Yeah, she might have got a couple points here and there, but she is still getting locked down by those blockers. They do not want to let her go.
She must have talons on her toe stops. How did she stay inbounds
don't
with 2
know.
blockers
Wow.
trying to hit her out as hard as they could?
Well, she's your lead jammer, and they just put a couple more points on the board. This is a bad opportunity, or a good opportunity for them to be out there, but it's bad for Boston right now.
Shark Week being sent to the penalty box. She threw the old clothesline from hell on Veda Perron, and now Maya Mangleyu out of the box. Jam being called off after Veda Perron got 5 more. 4 scored on that jam for Boston.
Yep.
163, 156, 7-point game now in favor of Terminal City.
And once again in this half, the power jams are even at 3-3. Two blockers in the pack right now for Boston. All the blockers out there in red. Everybody bouncing from left to right, back again.
Maiden Sane getting rocked to the inside by Rock.
Ginger Kid just gives a little love tap. Maiden Satan brushes it off. She runs through that pack. She's your lead jammer. Rock picking up a penalty. She's going to be camping out in that penalty box one more time.
Throwing up the high knees is the Boston jammer to escape the pack. Terminal City gets through, calling it off ever so gingerly.
Good run right now being put together by Terminal.
Extending their lead out now, 167, 156. Boston putting out their big gun Space Invader.
I think they put together 20 points here in the last couple minutes. That's Terminal City I'm talking about. Last 3 jams, that's what they put up, 20 points. And Boston's got to figure it out here in the next 5 minutes. This game is starting to creep away.
Veda Perron knocked outside. She's a jammer for Terminal City, cycling back around, and with the spinner-rooney, Space Invader gets out of the back.
And that's how you figure it out.
Nowhere, Veda Perron gets the lead jammer, or Veda Perron escapes the pack.
Well, they had a duck in the back or a goat in the back. Oh my God! Veda Perron comes in hot, takes someone out at the ankle. There's a lot going on right there. Yeah, she's going to be headed to the penalty box. I am betting someone's going to go on an official review, and yes, there is.
Yeah. I'm going to be surprised she keeps her helmet on.
Yes, I think that might be it for this game, but don't quote me on that at home. That is just a speculation. I am on the other side of the track from these nice folks, and I didn't see it clearly. All I saw was bodies flying at a very high velocity. And glad it wasn't my body hitting the ground like that.
Don't chauffeur your kids around all summer. Buy the LTD One Pass for $50 at any Willamette Lane facility or at an LTD Eugene station. Your kids will have access to Willamette Lane facilities and unlimited rides on LTD all summer long. They even get discounts at EM Games and Amazon Pool. LTD One Pass. Get one today because they are the best way to connect.
Best way. And right now we got a 14-point game. Terminal City just kind of have pushed this up. But Boston's going to get the benefit of a power jam to start this next jam. Refs right now conferring on an official review. The DJ is pushing it really good. I'm sorry, sir. What were you saying?
I was going to say nice turnout here for the last day of the Big O tournament.
Yep. We have had some fantastic crowds. You got to remember there's 3 tracks going, so there's lots of derby action no matter what you're looking for. You got juniors, you got men's teams, you got full-on WFTDA sanctioned bouts happening all over the place. Don't forget we got the MVP bout coming up. This is all being brought to you at home by Blaze Streaming Media.
So Veda Perone still sitting in the penalty box. Look, there was no egregious assessed on that flying dive she took.
Ginger Kid comes
a power jam.
Huge hit from Ginger Kid to get her jammer free.
4-4 pack.
Here comes Shark Week. Nyang, 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 nyang. Boom Animal. She's out of it. That's 5 points. That's the kind of score they need to get this ball rolling for in their favor. 9-point now separate these two teams.
Boston blockers just acting like a wrecking crew, destroying all the walls in front of them. Another 5-point scoring pass, and that's going to be a lead change, maybe?
No, not quite. No. It was 14-point difference. You got a 4-point difference now. Now she's got to fight this squad all on her own. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Anna jumped in there. She wanted to play a little offense.
Veda Perone back on the track trying to plow her way through to get that initial pass for Terminal City. This is when I just want to take off the headset and watch the game as a fan.
Yeah, no. Oh, she got knocked out of bounds. Woman Animal's going to go ahead and call it. She got her 3 points. Oh, my goodness, kids at home. It's a 1-point game. Oh, my. Yeah. I thought Terminal was really going to push it out there. I really did. I thought they were going to take it. Here at the end. We got 2.5 minutes left. And it's a 1-point game again.
With every single eligible skater on the track.
Mangleyu right now in white for Boston. And I believe that to be Maiden Sane out there in the red. Correct me if I'm wrong.
You are 100% correct.
Mangleyu, one player left to beat. She clubs her up, and another player jumped out.
Maiden Sane in front. Boston calling off the jam after the crowd lit up for that action.
Man. Whew. Whew. Yeah. I caught right there. I did it. I started catching myself watching because I was so excited. I didn't know what was going to happen.
All right. Someone call it a timeout because I need to get my pulse down a little bit.
Flying King and Perron. Those are going to be your jammers in this next jam.
Terminal with the 4-3 pack advantage.
Yep, one blocker down for Boston. Nice slow pack to get this thing started.
Veda Perone going in, going out like Mama's squeeze box, trying to find an opening.
Flying King around the outside and turn number 1. She's your lead jammer.
And Veda Perone coming in hot behind her by about half a lap. We're going to have a foot race to the back of the pack. Flying King sees that 4 wall of Terminal City, hits it, not calling it off yet. Here comes Veda Perone. 1 point for Boston, 2 points for Terminal City.
Holy smokes.
That gamble did not pay off.
I'm sorry, I said that backwards. That's the 4th lead for White in this game in a row. Oh, there's 53 seconds in. I'm sorry. There's 53 seconds in this game. It's a 2-point game. Terminal City just creeping up ahead.
It's electric here.
I'm
at
looking at
track
my
one
partner.
to
I'm making sure I think he's feeling his heart right now.
I'm verklempt. I already have a bum leg. I don't need cardiac issues.
Wow. Well, all the players are out there right now for Boston. On the track, you are going to see Mangle Yu has actually had a really good game so far.
Next to her is 88 Maiden Sane. 55 seconds to go on the game clock. Terminal City with 2 points.
Boston's got their hands in the air. They are praying to the lobster gods. I'm not sure if that's what they're really doing. All the Boston fans at home are probably hating me right now, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from this Boston team.
Both walls have jammers unlocked. Maiden Sane almost get out, and she does get it. Lead jammer, Terminal City, as the crowd explodes. Star pass there. Ginger Kid is the active scorer with the jammer cover in her hand. She is sent to the outside. Maiden Sane now on a first scoring pass for Terminal City.
Eve Hollis had an eye on the prize and did not let her go. Ginger Kid just ran up the inside line. She's now out of the pack.
Maiden Sane gets out of bounds on the inside. She is reestablishing herself. Game clock is winding down to 15. Ginger Kid now in scoring position.
Ginger Kid runs through that pack. Oh, she's gotten taken down right in the middle of it. Maiden Sane is now in the middle of it. She's down, back on her feet, and she's running out of it, picking up a 5-point grand slam.
Game clock is over. Jam being called off.
Oh my God.
3 points there for Boston. And as it stands,
unofficial right now, unofficial on the clock, or on the scoreboards, 177, 173. We're waiting right now for the final word, but I think Terminal City has pulled this off with basically a last jam.
what a way to end the sanctioned bouts
Wow.
here at the Big O tournament.
Wow.
Yeah.
Loss of words right here. It's been a long weekend. It's been an exciting weekend. And if this is how I go out, I will be more than happy to walk out of the building right now with this game right here.
Still the unofficial game. Remember,
Yep.
every point has to be tabulated correctly. We do not want any mistakes. This is for standings.
Yeah, right there at the end, Mangle Yu, I thought she had the right of way. She got one last hit, got sucked back into it.
That is the final score, 177 Terminal City All-Stars, 173 Boston Massacre.
And here they come on their victory lap. The ladies in red, Terminal City All-Stars, have pulled off this game in the last jam.
And what an amazing, amazing fight put up by the Boston Massacre.
I think that was the best earned victory lap I've seen this entire tournament. And here they come, Boston. They got smiles on their face. They should be happy with their performance here today. There ain't nothing to go home and be sad about other than the fact you got an L.
I thank you once again to Blaze Streaming Media who brought this action tonight. Stay tuned. If you want to go over to track 2, the Junior MVP All-Stars versus Team USA is about to start. In a half hour from now, you will see the Big O MVPs versus Team USA. That's about all the post game I can do.
Well, sir, this is my last game of the day. This is my last game of this tournament, and I could not be happier to be here with everybody. So I appreciate everybody at home who has listened to my shenanigans this whole weekend. And from everybody here, thank you very much.